Hi, welcome to the Crypto Republic. Before we begin today, if you're serious about staying ahead in this once-in-a-lifetime financial shift, make sure you like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Republic. Hello, XRP Army, and welcome back to the Crypto Republic, your go-to channel for the latest high-energy updates in digital assets. Before we get started with today's business, make sure to smash that like button, ring that bell, and subscribe to the Crypto Republic, bringing you updates every day at 9, noon, and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There are moments in history when everything goes quiet right before a systematic shift. Moments when the public sees calm, while those who understand the mechanics beneath the surface feel the ground beginning to tremble. We are in one of those moments right now. And recently, Claver, someone who has been relentlessly consistent for well over a year, gave us the clearest indication yet that the timing for XRP's breakout is not random, not speculative, and not a guessing game. It's structured, it's engineered, and it's already underway. I've been bombarded with messages the past 48 hours. Is this it? Are we actually here? Is this the moment we've been preparing for? So today, I'm walking you through everything step by step in a way that connects the dots that most people still aren't even aware exists. Because what Jake did recently wasn't just commentary. It was the equivalent of a historian describing the final load-bearing stone being placed atop the pyramid. Not dramatic, not speculative, just inevitable construction. The question he wouldn't answer in one of the clips, someone asked Jake directly, "Do you know the XRP timeline? Do you have information you can't talk about?" Well, he smiles. Not a nervous smile, not an avoiding the topic smile. It's the smile of a man who knows where the map leads, but also understands not everyone has the clearance to see it. The one smile said everything. In ancient times, there were individuals called keepers of time, advisors in empires who understood when to plant, when to harvest, when to migrate, when to strike. They didn't shout their knowledge. They signaled. Well, Jake signaled. He did not deny that he knows something. He simply acknowledged the question and chose silence. And silence is the loudest answer of all. The disappearing supply. Jake emphasized something he's been repeating for 15 months straight. The supply of XRP available to the public is draining. Not in theory, not on speculation, in verifiable blockchain flows. Exchange wallets shrinking. OTC desks heating up. Transaction settlement networks consolidating. Limits being placed on withdrawals. This is not hype behavior. This is distribution phase mechanics. In economics, when the wealthy anticipate a shift, they don't buy loudly. They accumulate silently. Just like ancient merchants traveled at night to secure caravan routes, wealth does not move where crowds are watching. It moves where darkness protects intention. Governments and digital assets. Well, Jake explained something most people refuse to even consider. The U.S. government may already hold substantial amounts of XRP privately through strategic partners like BlackRock and Treasury. Not to speculate, not to flip, but to use as collateral. We already know that big governments, entities, store digital assets regardless of whether it's XRP or not. Governments throughout the world have started seizing and liquidating crypto assets. The U.S. Marshals Service has been dealt with billions of dollars in cryptocurrency, and the U.S. Treasury has also done so. Do they own XRP specifically? That's not the main concern. They track digital assets for the latent potential, assets priced at cost, which could be leveraged to shore up national balance sheets without selling. This is not new. This is not exotic. This is exactly how ancient empires retained power when resources were strained. When Rome's economy destabilized, they didn't sell land. They pledged it as collateral to maintain control. Jake is showing the modern version of the oldest financial strategy on earth. Use stores of value to restore balance without destroying authority. If a government can stabilize its balance sheet without printing, that's the ultimate show of strength. And XRP as collateral fits that model perfectly. It's transferable, divisible, verifiable, instantaneous across borders. Well, gold cannot move like that. Fiat cannot scale like that. Bitcoin cannot settle like that. This isn't opinion. This is design function. BRICS, CBDCs, and sequencing. Well, Jake highlighted another layer few people consider. Announcement of BRICS digital currencies, worldwide CBDC pilots, alignment of Western regulatory frameworks, all happened around the same time. It's not coincidence. Sequencing is the key. The acceleration effects in which seemingly improbable price moves materialize across when sequencing enters the execution phase. This is why Jake cannot stop saying this scenario will happen. Retail charts are irrelevant here. System architecture, liquidity, and sovereign strategy are what matters. Price doesn't need to be set manually. Jake referenced David Schwartz. No one can just decide the price of XRP. Not legally, not structurally, not mathematically. But that's the beauty. When supply is scarce and liquidity corridors activate, and institutions shift from testing to settlement, the price must adjust to accommodate flow volume. Ancient water engineers knew this. You don't push water to rise. You reduce the width of the channel, and the pressure rises the level automatically. That's XRP's design. The market will reprice it organically. Here's the 2000 collateral model. Jake's example wasn't fantasy. He simply demonstrated what happens when XRP is used as collateral in sovereign debt structures, liquidity requirements, force revaluation. Market demand meets constrained supply. The math is clear. The scaling is logical. The collateral framework is already a standard financial tool. This isn't crypto hype. This is institutional finance. Retail thinking of selling at $10? That's just a trap. Because when liquidity corridors open and institutional demand is prioritized, the real valuation framework is 2,000 plus. Not speculation, not hopium, math. Retail is not ready for liquidity reality. Jake warned most people say, I'll sell at $5. I'll sell at $10. I'll sell at $25. No, you won't. Because when the move happens, the books will be thin. The corridors will be active. Liquidity will flow institutionally first. Picture a theater with one exit door. Everyone tries to leave at once. Not everyone gets out. That's slippage. And people who have no exit plan will learn it the hard way. So here's the domino phase. Jake believes we're at the doorway of the first major leg around $10. Not because of hype, because global debt stress is rising. Digital settlement networks are aligning. Ripple's conference timings line up with institutional readiness. ETF and tokenization frameworks are synchronizing. Japan's $500 billion investment in cross-border partnerships are orchestrating liquidity. This is timing by architecture, not coincidence. The ancient Chinese spoke of the mandate of heaven, the moment when timing, opportunity, and structure align so perfectly that the shift becomes unstoppable. We are in that alignment. Here's the quiet before the shock. Right now, retail is distracted. Media is vague. Headlines are misinterpreting the signals. Meanwhile, liquidity corridors are activating. Treasury rails are being rewired. Settlement infrastructure is being monetized. This is the silence before the storm. When the first domino falls, the rest will move faster than people can react. You won't have time to decide, only time to fall in line with the position you already held. The move will not be announced. It will simply begin. Jake's conviction is not emotional. It's architectural, structural, mathematical. We are not waiting for hope. We are waiting for activation. And the activation switch is already installed. It just hasn't been flipped publicly yet. The wise prepare during the quiet. The unprepared panic during the awakening. You choose which group you belong to. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button, ring the bell, leave a comment with your thoughts, turn on notifications, and most importantly, subscribe to the Crypto Republic, bringing you the truth about XRP, global banking moves, and the wealth transfer already unfolding. Don't just watch history happen. Stay informed, stay ahead, stay in the Republic.